Right. So, right. Good afternoon. Good morning. It's still not afternoon yet. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Eric, and I'm actually from the marketing department of EasyStore. Right. So today I'll bring to you on sharing about how you can actually bring your business online in one day. Right. So we all know that currently we are in the states of RMCO, and still a lot of people are actually going out. A lot of people are actually going back to office and work. Right. And we all know that before this happened, during MCO, during the lockdown, we know that a lot of businesses actually are going online, right? And we can see a lot of, there's a significant increase in sales, significant increase in number of online sellers during MCO as well, right? But that doesn't mean that even after this, people stopped going to shop online. Why? It is because, this coronavirus, this COVID-19 is not completely gone yet, right? So we're still afraid to go out. And of course, we try our best to stay at home, right? To keep our distance. And of course, due to this, a lot of businesses are still maintaining this online sales even during today, right? So this will be my agenda today, okay? So I'll share with you on how some of the traditional businesses go online and what are the popular challenges or issues that you might face if you choose to do so, right? And of course, how EasyStore can help in your online business, as well as your setups, your building your brands, and how EasyStore can actually help you in this area, right? So without further ado, okay, let's jump right into the topic. So I have three cases I would like to share. The first one over here is Freshco, right? So Freshco is actually a Malaysia-based company which started since 2015, right? So like any other physical store starter, they started with their own physical store, right? And they're selling fresh goods, fresh fruits, vegetables. So they're actually in the line of selling fresh goods, okay? So they started their online store right before MCO actually happens, right? So they see that, a lot of their customers are walking customers from around their areas, and they actually wanted to buy their products on their physical stores, right? So how are they going to actually sustain their business if people are not allowed to go out during the MCO, right? So what they did is they set up their own online store, okay? And after 10 days of setting up their online store, they have seen a significant increase in their online sales, right? So what they want to do is that they want to provide a quick solution to their customers, for the customers, to actually shop from them even during hard time like that, right? So what they do is, of course, like every other online sellers, they deliver the fresh goods, right? Using the on-demand courier services, so that their products wouldn't go to, would stay fresh even when they reach their customers, right? So other than that, of course, like shown over here is they allow their customers to have drive-through collection, right? So like I said before, a lot of their customers are actually close to their physical store, right? But due to MCO, they are not allowed to open the store. So what they did is that, okay, now you can place order online, which is much faster, okay? And you can just drive through. You can just come to the physical store, and you don't have to enter the physical store, and you just pick it up over there, right? So this is what we call as our drive-through collections. And of course, like this, they also promote the the social distance on the zero contact practices, right? So the next case over here is Hair Depot, okay? So Hair Depot actually started since quite a long time ago, and they have around 20 plus physical stores in Malaysia, right? So as you can see, they're actually selling hair care products, right? So what they want to do is they wanted to reach more customers. They wanted to increase their online presence, right? So they decided to go online, and they wanted to have their inventory of the online and offline management to be combined, right? So even during MCO, 20 plus of the physical store are not able to open, right? They are losing sales from there. So what they did is that they completely focused those businesses to their online stores, right? And of course, like Freshco, they've seen a very much difference compared to before they go online, right? So what they do specifically in the online during MCO is that they use referral marketing, right? So this is some of like word of mouth system in EasyStore, whereby you can, their employees or their friends or family will get commissions when they promote hair depot products to their affiliates, yeah, to their acquaintances, to their friends and families, right? So by using referral marketing program online, they're able to see significant increase in sales in online for the online business as well, right? So like I said, what they want to do here is that they wanted to expose their presence, their online presence in not only online, but also in online store, also in e-marketplaces like Lazada and Shopee, and they wanted to get more audience from them, right? So the next case over here, which is Jiaxiang. Okay, Jiaxiang is actually a homegrown, Malaysia homegrown brand, right? It was owned by the former owner of this brand, okay? So the son, the current owner, actually took over the business 3 years ago, once after the passing of his father, right? So what he did is he actually quit his job in KL as a marketer and went all the way back to Bangkok to take over the business, right? So during the first year of running, taking over this business, running this seafood product business, what he did was he actually distributed out of his products to over 30 shops in Malaysia, right? So he's actually in the distributing business. And after 1 year, he decided that, why not we just go online and we sell directly to the end user instead, right? So what they did is, of course, like each and every sellers that want to go online, they built their own online store, right? And they have their own, Facebook page, they have their own Instagram, and this is where actually it becomes a turn point for them to actually increase and reach more customers, right? So what they did is they share a lot of their tips on how to, cook or how to properly use their products in their social media as well as in the online store, whereby they write a lot of blogs to share about the tips, the guidance on how to better use their products, right? So in terms of that, of course, they actually combine the online and offline business together and see from there has benefited from, has actually leveraged from each and every platform and benefited from that, right? So basically what I want to highlight in these 3 cases over here is that, of course, it is very obvious that after they went online, after they have their own online store, they actually have a lot of benefits and they actually gain a lot of sales, a lot of presence, a lot of fame through the platforms itself, right? But also, like each and every things that we do in our life, there's always challenges and there's always issues, right? So actually, I'm going to share with you on 3 popular issues. The first one right here is a menu catalog, right? So a menu catalog is where you showcase, you display the products that you're selling to your customers, right? So why is it an issue? Is because to be able to provide a consumer first, a user-friendly catalog to customers in order for them to understand what they're actually buying from you is kind of a challenge, right? So what happens, so let's imagine, so now you wanted to go online and you went to social media, right? So a lot of SMEs, a lot of entrepreneurs, they wanted to start their online store, they went social media. Facebook, they sell on Facebook, they sell on Instagram, they create ads, dynamic ads to actually reach more audiences during for their businesses, right? So why is it that a lot of us wanted to go to social media? Said first of all, it's free, and second of all, it has a ready audience for you, right? You have the potential to reach more than 1 million audiences in the social media platform, right? But one of the downside is that your customers, they will actually wanted to know more about your products, right? So how are you going to show them the product catalog? Are you going to send them like shown in this slides over here? Are you going to list down each and every products that you have. Like for example, if you're selling just 5 or 6 products, but what happens if you're in the apparel line and you're selling more than 100 products, right? How are you going to show your customers these products? And most of all, how are you going to describe, how are you going to show the description to your customers, right? So we know that description actually serves as an online sellers, whereby it plays the role to actually convert your visitors to your customers, right? So product description is actually very important. So you have to consider how are you going to include that when you are explaining or when you are sharing the catalog to your customers, right? So the next issues over here is customer service, right? So we are all human beings, and we all know that the biggest difference between online and offline selling is that your customers will not be able to touch, will not be able to really see with the naked eye. Your product will not be able to feel the products that you're selling, right? So, and we are, like I said, we are all actually human beings. So we all wanted interactions, we all wanted communications, right? So even though the customers, they are not able to feel the products, they wanted to reach out to the sellers to actually ask for more, right? So you have to consider under customer service, how are you going to handle the daily FAQ, right? Have you prepared an FAQ set to actually answer each and every customers? And what happens when they ask some other questions? Are you going to handle them one by one, right? So let's say your page or your online social media online page is actually doing pretty well, right? So you receive a lot of inquiries day by day, and day by day, like I said, you can actually hire a staff, or you have a partner to actually apply that for you, right? But you have to consider whether how are you going to deliver the update? How are you going to update your customers through this channel, right? So this also brings me to the last point of here, which is order management, right? So like I said, order management is actually closely related to customer service. So first of all, right, so you have already convinced your customer. Let's say your menu catalog, your product catalog is actually very consumer friendly, right? Your customers know what you're selling, they know they want to buy, and they've asked for discounts, and you've given them a discount, okay? And now they wanted to place order, right? So now they will place order through the PM and DMs, right? So these are the correct flows. And what are you going to do with this order? Are you going to record it manually by jotting down in the notebooks or into the Excel sheets? Or do you use any other automation, any other online tools to actually help you record this order? Any other accounting tools that you're actually subscribing with to actually help you record this order, right? And of course, other than that, customers, they wanted to continue these communications, right? They want to reach out to you before they buy. They want to know about, even during when they buy, place order, they are still communicating with you, right? And most of all, after they buy, they still want to know when are they going to receive their orders, right? So basically, this is, you have to consider is that how are you going to actually update your customers? Are you going to update your customers one by one that you have received their payment and you are in the midst of preparing the orders? And right after you have prepared the orders, you're prepared to send out the parcels, right? So your customers would like to know when am I going to receive my orders, right? I've paid my money, now where's my products, right? So you have to consider also, how are you going to update your customers about the delivery status, the tracking number, the tracking URL, which courier services they're using, right? So when is he or she actually going to expect the product to reach their place, right? So all of this, do you have the automation? Do you have the tools to actually help you, smoothen your business operations, right? So all of these issues, 3 of these issues that I've mentioned, all of them require time, cost, and human resources, right? So for time, you need time to reply each and every customers. Imagine just 100 customers per day, right? And I didn't even count the previous customers that they come back and ask you, right? And the cost, like I said, are you using any tools? Are you using any accounting software solutions to actually help you cut off these orders, or you have to hire someone, human resources, to actually help you do that, right? So basically, this is how EasyStores can help. So under these three issues over here, you can actually launch your online store and start receiving your online orders in one day, right? With enough preparation, which I'm going to show you on a checklist, whereby if you have enough preparation, you'll be able to launch your online store in one day and start receiving your orders, right? And for the cost, of course, we want to help all of the sellers to actually start at a low cost, right? So we implied a low cost barrier whereby you can have your own online store with just 59 per month of subscription, right? So there's no hidden cost, there's no transaction fees, only subscription fees, right? And of course, last but not least is the human resources. Like I said, since we're actually providing the platform, the websites for you to actually run your businesses, you might think that you need to provide the human resource, the IT team, the coding or programming team to actually help you do that. No, actually in EasyStore, you do not need to have any IT team. We will handle all the technical parts, the maintenance. So all you need to do is just focus on running your business, right? So basically this is the back end of EasyStore, right? So this is where you handle all of your manage all of your business operations over here, right? So as you can see, you can manage your orders, your customers, right? So you can do customer grouping, you can group them in VIPs, and if you have, if you're running any campaigns, then you can actually group them together, and then you target the group of customers that you want to run the campaign with, right? And of course, we have our products, whereby you can upload your products in bulk and edit them in bulk as well, right? And under marketing, you can, like I said, you can do promotions, you can reach more customers, and of course, last but not least, we have analytics, whereby you can actually, with the sales over here, you can actually plan, have a greater plan in the future for a business operation, right? So other than that, this admin panel, this backend over here is actually multilingual, right? So what you see over here is actually English. We do have Bahasa Malaysia. We do have two types of Chinese, which is simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese. And of course, we do have Thai language as well, and so on, right? So this will be today's checklist over here. So this is what I mentioned just now, whereby if you follow by this checklist, you can actually start your online store in one day, right? So the first one over here, I'm explaining each and every one later, okay? So the first one over here is a payment method, whereby you can actually accept payment through Visa, Master, credit card, or online banking, or even through a QR Pay e-wallet, right? So you can do all of that in your own online store in EasyStore. And the next one over here is shipping method, where we have manual shipping as well as automated shipping. And of course, the next one is the product details, right? And the last but not least is how to actually set up your own online theme, right? So your own online theme is basically the design of your websites. The first page, right? The home page that your visitor land first to your website, right? So under payment gateway, we have over 40 plus ready to use payment gateway, right? So like I said, we actually have a manual payment as well as a payment gateway, whereby you can actually set up both, right? So, but we strongly recommend that you actually go for payment gateway, right? So in order for you, in cases where you are in the midst of applying payment gateway, you can actually alternatively use manual payment to accept payment first, right? So some of the payment gateway, they might take 1 week. So during that 1 week, you do not want to lose any sales, then of course you can use manual payment to accept order first, right? So why do we actually recommend payment gateway is that, first of all, it's automated. Automated in the sense that when your customers pay to you, the order will automatically mark as paid, right? So you do not have to chase the proof of payment from your customers and mark the order as paid manually, right? So with payment gateway, of course, they come with a cost, which is some of them they charge annual fees and setup fees, and of course, each and every payment gateway they also charge transaction fee as well, right? So, but during MCO, this payment gateway, they have decided to come up with a much faster solution, whereby if you sign up with most of them, they can come up. You can actually get approval within 3 days, right? So this is how fast you can actually accept payment online. Or if you want even faster solution, you can actually go for PayPal or Stripe, which to give instant approval upon signing up, right? So I move on to the next one, which is automated shipping, right? So under shipping, we actually have partnered with this list of courier services in EasyStore, right? So these are the logistics. We have Lala Move, Easy Parcel, Ninja Van, Collecto, JNT, as well as DHL integrated in EasyStore, right? So what is the purpose of the integration is, of course, it will help you automate your shipping as well as your fulfillment, right? So what are most of our current merchant, our current sellers that we have, most use features that are used under these courier services are these three over here, right? So first of all, of course, you do not have to go, get the shipping code from your own courier services. They can actually provide the auto-calculated shipping rates to your customers, right? So you do not have to set up the shipping rates for your customers. All you need to do is just to connect your EasyStore to the respective courier services, right? And right after that, they can actually use bulk fulfillment, right? This is where a lot of customers, a lot of merchants, they actually have, average 10 to 20 order per day, right? So they wanted to fulfill all of them at once, right? So that's what we call as bulk fulfillment, where you can choose all of the orders that you want to fulfill and then fulfill them at once, right? And after that, of course, you can also, after fulfillment, of course, you can also bulk download this error bill and print it right in your EasyStore backend, right? So you do not have to create another tab. You don't have to go to another tab of, if you're using Easy Parcel, and you have to go to Easy Parcel and fulfill the orders. No, you do not have to do that. You can actually do everything in EasyStore, right? That's what we call as manage everything in one place, right? So in cases where, if you do not have, we do not have the courier services that you want integrated in EasyStore, like for example, GDEX, you can actually consider using our manual shipping methods as well, right? So this manual shipping methods is where, you can set up your own shipping rates to charge your customers. Your own shipping methods, we have 4. In fact, we have based on weight, we have flat rates, and we have based on quantity as well, right? So under flat rate, we have flat rate per item, flat rate per order. So this is how you can actually set up your own manual shippings, right? And what you need to do is to get a quote from the GDEX to actually know how much you are going to charge your customers, right? So another part about this manual shipping is that once you fulfill, right, compared to automated shipping, compared to using third-party services in EasyStore, you will have to manually fulfill, right? So the manual fulfillment is where you will have to type in the tracking number, right? You have to get the tracking number as well as the tracking error from your courier services that you're working with, and then only you update the tracking info, right? So once you update the tracking info, an email will be sent to customers containing each and every tracking details, each and every delivery details that they need to track their parcels, right? So basically that's it on how you can actually set up your own shippings. And I'll jump on right after this one, which is related to the automated email, right? So under this automated notification email, like I said, do you have the automation or tools to actually help you update your customers, right? So we have these systems whereby each and every visitors or your customers, their actions in your online store, we can actually send an automated notification email to them, right? So the first one over here is register account. It's very common whereby your customers, when they come into a website and they wanted to become your subscribers, so they register an account with you, and system will send out a welcome email. And those email templates, you can actually edit it yourself, right? So we have the templates. If you want it to be much more targeted for your brands or targeted for your customers, you can edit it as well, right? It's flexible. And also, of course, we have a payment made notification email, and we have tracking number, which is the delivery status update, and we have refund and cancel order notification as well, right? So these are just some of the notification emails that most of the merchants are actually using. And I want to stress a bit about the last one over here, which is abandoned cart. Okay, so abandoned cart is whereby when your customers, right, they go through the purchasing process, right? So they browse through your products and they add the product to cart and they proceed to checkout, correct? So once they proceed to checkout, they'll fill in the information. But abandoned cart is whereby when your customers, when your visitors, when your potential customers actually go to the checkouts and abandon the checkouts, right? So they simply left the checkouts. They did not complete the purchase. They did not complete placing the orders. Maybe it could be they accidentally closed the tab, or it could be the Wi-Fi problem, or maybe once they see the cost, the total cost, they just decided not to buy anymore, right? So they basically they just left, right? So under this kind of customers, we will categorize them under abandoned cart, right? So what we do is that the system will send out abandoned cart recovery email in 24 hours, after 24 hours. And then these emails is to prompt your customers to come back and complete the purchase from you, right? So what you can do is, like I said, each and every email over here is actually editable. So you can actually slide in, a special discount for these customers to actually prompt them, to convince them to come back and finish the purchase from you, right? So basically, this is how these automated notification emails can actually help you recover your lost sales, right? Okay, so move on to the next one, which is theme templates over here. So in EasyStore, we have over 40 plus free theme templates, right? So all of these templates are actually editable. You can actually edit the layout, the pictures, the content as to your, which fits to your brands, to your business, right? And it's actually very easy to install, just one click, and you can actually customize that, right? Like I said, and if in cases where you needed a more advanced editing, you wanted more designs, you wanted more layout, you can actually do it in the coding view, where we actually open up our source code. You can access to our HTML or CSS to actually edit in the coding view, right? So in cases where you need that, or you have programming knowledge, you have the IT team to actually help you do that, and they're much more comfortable to actually customize your team through coding, then of course you can do that in here as well, right? And of course, each and every themes in EasyStore are actually optimized in all devices, meaning that each and every devices, for example, desktop, tablet, and mobile, the layout as well as the designs of the theme templates will be slightly different, which is optimized for each and every devices, right? So the next one over here, which is one of our latest features that we actually released just 2 months back, okay? So we have this WhatsApp and Line order form, okay? So WhatsApp and Line order form is basically where you share the link, right? The product links to your customers, and your customers can actually place order in WhatsApp, right? So what they need to do is just, once they click on the link, right, they can browse through the form, okay, the order form, and they select which product they want and how much they want to buy from you, okay? And they have 2 options right after that. They can actually proceed to checkout, which is clicking on the buy now button, or they can go back to your message if they have any other requirements or any other inquiries to actually ask from you, right? So this order form is basically how your customers can actually one-click order, and what they need to do is just fill in the delivery details and proceed to checkout, right? And of course, under this order form, if your customers decided, once they place the orders, which is not on your online store, it will still consider as abandoned checkout if they did not complete the checkout, completely place order to your store, right? So this will also consider as an abandoned checkout if your customers has really, they stuck at adding products to their cart, right? So I'll show you on a short video over here. So video actually speaks more, explain much better than I am. So this short video showcases how customers can actually order from this order form. Right, so as you can see over here, the merchants actually share the link, right? So this is the customer, and your customers can actually we land on this page over here. Okay, and once they select the product, they just needed to go to the checkout page, fill in the shipping details, and pay for the orders, right? So that is how easy this order form is, right? So all you need to do is just share the link, and then your customers can just proceed to order from the form and then proceed to checkout, right? So of course, other than that, we also have around 100 plus free to install plugins in EasyStore, right? So what is free to install is that each and every integration, each and every plugins that we have in our app store are actually free, right? So in cases where popular plugins like Easy Parcels, like MailChimp or MailerLite, you need an account to actually sign up with them, then maybe you need to pay subscription fees or any other fees that actually incur you with, right? But other than that, we do not charge any of the plugins fees, integration fees. All you need to do is just to connect, both accounts together, and you'll be able to use their services in EasyStore for your online business, right? So this actually marks the end of my sharing for today. And before I actually answer your questions, I would like to share with you on this one, which is if you have, we actually have a 14 days free trial, right? So this 14 days free trial, we will open up all of our features for you to try and play around, right? And see each and every tools and solution and features that can actually help your business, right? So all you have to do is just scan on this QR code and you'll be accessed to the 14 days free trial link. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I guess I'll start receiving the questions right now.
Absolutely. Let me help you with that. So guys, he's going to leave the QR code here. So scan that whenever you're ready. This first question is from Helen. Now, Helen would like to know, are buyers more willing to spend in marketplace rather than online web stores? And can you advise how to pull customers back to web stores instead of marketplace?
Yes. So, okay. Yes, that's a really good question, right? So we don't have, because marketplaces, they cannot provide, they cannot share the buyer's information to the sellers, right? Because that's not the seller's customers, it's actually the marketplace's customers, right? So what we actually recommend, we actually suggest is that, because in EasyStore, you can actually connect your EasyStore to your marketplaces. Like for example, if you are selling on Lazada, you can actually connect to Lazada, right? So whenever there's order coming in from Lazada, your EasyStore will actually receive that order as well, right? So it's actually synced, and you wanted to bring that customer back to your store, right? So what you can do is that when you dispatch your parcel, when you actually send the parcel to the customers, we will actually you can use this tip whereby you can slide in a small note that, okay, how about you actually come to our online store? We have an official website, and you can come over here. We have more products, okay, and you can get even cheaper price in our official websites, right? And you can actually include that in the parcel and send it to our customers. And from there, your customers will come back to your EasyStore, to your websites, and actually make purchase the next time in your websites, right? So in terms of that, you will get your customers' information. For example, the emails, the email address, the delivery address, the number, even phone number, right? Gathered in EasyStore, and you can actually target these customers for future purchases, for future campaigns as well. Yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Helen. Thank you once again for your question. Our next one is from Joanne. Now, Joanne would like to know, can you please explain further in terms of reference marketing? How can EasyStore help in this?
Right, so under this referral marketing is one of the features in EasyStore, whereby you can actually generate a code and share to your employees, right? Let's say employees, right? So each and every employees, you can generate different code. So once these employees, they go out or they actually promote your store, your products through this link, they will get a certain commission that you set for them, right? So basically, this commission actually motivates them to actually reach more people to make the sales, to actually earn the commission for your store, right? So basically, this is how our referral marketing can actually help with the business. I hope this answered the questions.
All right, I'm pretty sure it does. Our next question is actually from Joanne as well. Joanne, you and Helen and David and several others of you have been sending us a lot of questions, and we love that, so keep them coming. Joanne would also like to know, how are the goods and product delivering to customers? Owners need to arrange own delivery companies, or does EasyStore have specific delivery services?
Like I said, we have a list of courier services that we actually work with. We have Easy Parcel, we have Ninjavan, we have DHL, we have JNT, which is recently integrated. These courier services are actually, you can actually automate the process of handling the orders, right? Meaning that once your orders come in, you can actually fulfill this order in EasyStore itself and then send the parcel in EasyStore. So what you need to do is just to, manage automatically, fulfill the items, the orders in your in your EasyStore, and then wait for the courier services. If the courier services actually offers the door-to-door collections, wait for the courier services to come out and pick up the parcel and send it to your customers.
Now, Joanne, of course, alternatively, you could always use Easy Parcel,
Yes.
because they are sister companies. So
Yes.
I hope that answers your question as well. Now, our next one is from Helen. Helen says, "Hi, Eric. I'm an EasyStore user, and now most of the customers don't use emails. Can the store registration avoid email registration? And I'm searching for a feature of point reward for marketplace buyers. How can it sync if in the marketplace buyers spend in the marketplace, and can they get rewards in my EasyStore?"
Okay, there's two questions, right? So the first one over here is on the email. Okay, so your question is about how you do not want to you do not want your customers to actually log in with the email address. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So instead of, besides only log in through the email address, we also have Facebook login, right? So your customers can actually just use the Facebook login to log in, and I think I'm pretty sure that we are actually going to release mobile phone login as well, right? So these are the alternative ways for your customers to actually log in without email address, but it will bind to their social media or messaging platform accounts, right? And the next question is how to provide reward program to marketplace sellers, right? So about this, we also have this features, right, which is, we call it as reward credit, whereby your customers, once they purchase to a certain amount in your online store, and they will receive the credit, right? So this credit actually, you can treat it as the customers actually can take it as the money, right? So what they can do with this credit is that the next time they come back and purchase from you, they can use the credit to actually replace the payment that they can actually pay to their orders, right? So ultimately, what you need to do is all of this, it can be done in EasyStore, but you have to bring the marketplace buyers to your website, right? So how do you bring that to your websites? Is, like I mentioned just now, you can actually do it manually, right? Or if you have any other ways to actually bring your customers, you can do ads, okay? Or you can just, if you have the information of the customers, you have the phone number of customers, you can inform your customers that you have an official website and we have this reward program where marketplaces are not doing. If marketplaces are doing, they will charge sellers to a certain amount of fees because they will have to do the marketing, the promotion for you. But you can do that in EasyStore, right? So what you want to do is to actually, the main thing is to get the customers from marketplaces to your EasyStore in any way possible, yeah, in order to enjoy the reward credit.
All right, fantastic. Our next question is from David. Now, David would like to know, who will be answering the customers if we use EasyStore? Your services cover this portion.
All right, so the customers, we do have customers service tools like Intercom or the most used messenger, right? So we will not answer your customer's inquiry because they are not our customers. They are your customers, right? So you will have to answer your own customer's inquiry, and we provide you the tool for you to do that, right? So we have a list of our customer service integrated in EasyStore, and the most used one is with Messenger, right? Because Messenger is well known across everyone who is using Facebook, right? So if you actually wanted to reply to customers, of course, with the integrated messenger, basically it's not integrated. We have already built in the messenger features in our EasyStore. Okay, it's one of the feature, and you can use the messenger to actually reply, do the customer service to your customers. Yeah.
All right, cool. David would also like to know, do you help us to apply for the payment gateway? And is the package inclusive of payment gateway?
Right, so the package, we have a few partnership with payment gateway, especially with iPay, EGXL, Senang Pay, right? Whereby you can get a lower price setup fees. I think it's waived for the setup fees and annual fees, where they only charge you on the transaction fees, right? So we do not help you apply for the payment gateway per se, right? Because you need to submit the documents. You need to submit the documents straight to the payment gateways, right? But we do provide you the channels to do it, right? So you can actually go through EasyStore and get the promotion, and then just apply with the payment gateway that you decided to use. And then once you have got approval, all you need to do is just to key in the ID, the merchant ID, the merchant key, and then you are good to go to use the payment gateway in your EasyStore.
Okay, thank you. Joanne would also like to know how to compete with other platforms like Lazada and Shopee and etc.
Right. These questions, you mean how do sellers compete with Lazadas, or how?
I think she means like how does EasyStore compete with bigger companies and platforms like Lazada and Shopee?
Yes, right. So basically, we're actually same but different. Okay. So we are also e-commerce platform. Okay. And what we do is that we provide a storefront for you to actually sell with your own goods, right? First of all, is that there's no price competition, right? So if people actually go to Lazada and per se they buy a pen, right? So you're selling a pen, but you're not the only one selling pen in Lazada, right? So if people actually sees the same pen with lower price, they will choose the lower price pen, right? But if you're selling in your own online store, all of the items that you sell are actually from you instead of from others, right? So first of all is price competition. You avoid price competition. Second of all, they will charge the transaction fees. But I'm sure now with the competition, they actually waive the transaction fees, right? So it's free sign up and free transaction fees. I'm sure of that. But of course, the third one is the marketing flexibility, right? So in order for you to actually market your products, you want to get more views, you want to get exposed to products in your marketplaces, you have to pay. I think you have to pay for a certain amount of fees to Lazada to actually help you do that, right? You do not have the flexibility to do the marketing yourself. You do not know if you want, like for example, you want to buy one free one, right? And maybe you have certain requirements, but Lazada, they only have a certain set of promotion rules that they can actually help you, right? But in EasyStore, you have the flexibility to do all of this marketing yourself. You can choose when you want to do the campaign, who you want to do the campaign to. Like I said, you get the customer informations and you have the tools to actually target them. So you can actually do everything in EasyStore compared to marketplaces, right? Yeah. So these only are some of the differences between the online platform that we are actually providing compared to e-marketplaces like Lazada and Shopee.
Okay, our next question is from Vern Lee, and we have quite a couple of questions to go, so let's get to it. We're starting to run out of time very, very slowly. All right, our next one is from Vern Lee. Now the question is, do we need to sign up MailChimp or other email marketing services to enjoy automated email notifications?
Right, so I guess this one I didn't explain clearly. All right, so like MailChimp and MailerLite, they're actually third-party services, right? So what they do is that they provide email marketing. Right? So email marketing and automated notification emails are actually different. Automated notification emails are actually where when your customers did some actions, for example, register, they paid, they browse through, or they place an order, right? And this automated email will be sent from EasyStore to your customers under your name, of course, under your name, right? So these are what we call as automated. And if you're using MailChimp, what we do, what MailChimp actually does is that you can actually create campaign, you can actually create newsletter, or even you can also create a landing page to actually provide this information to your customers, right? So I wouldn't say it's automated because it's much more like under your control of sending this newsletter, this campaign to your customers, right? So these are the difference between the automated notification emails and the MailChimp's emails that you send to your customers. So basically, at the end of the day is that MailChimp is much more to the marketing side to reach your customers, and automated notification email is much more like sending notifications to your customers and like acknowledging them about the actions they've done in your web store. Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Daniel. Daniel would like to know, my items are quite heavy and bulky, and hence I'm wondering if EasyStore is suitable for my product and whether EasyStore is similar to any other e-commerce platforms. And lastly, will any resources be provided by EasyStore to make this happen?
Right. So the heavy products that you're selling, I think it's much more of a concern to the delivery courier services instead of EasyStore, because we have merchants like that whereby they have big size products that they're selling, right? So one of the problems that they face is the courier services, the shipping courier services. So what we actually recommend is that you will have to find out the right courier services that you would like to use for their products that is actually suitable to deliver the products, or best case yet, you use your own courier, you use your own delivery services. Like if you have a lorry or you have your own van to actually deliver it for you, then you can actually set up those shipping methods in EasyStore and deliver it through your own delivery service. And what's the next question again?
They were wondering if EasyStore is similar to any other e-commerce platforms. And of course, whether any resources will be provided to help with the delivery, which I think you already covered.
Yeah, similar to any other e-commerce platform, like I guess we have a lot of same business in this industry, say in Malaysia and of course in the worldwide as well. But yeah, compared to Lazada and Shopee, we're actually a different platform. Yeah. So I guess I answered the question about the delivery services, right? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we can move on. This next one is from Sal. Now, Sal is wondering, what's the maintenance options offered in EasyStore?
Right, if you're mentioning about the technical maintenance, we do not charge any of the maintenance fees. Like I said, the options over here is that if you subscribe to the plan, subscribe to our EasyStore, we have money and yearly plan. It includes all of the technical maintenance, all of the technical updates that actually we will do. What we are actually doing right now, and we do not actually cover any costs or charge you any fees for that maintenance as well. Yeah.
Okay, we have one in the comments here, so I'm just going to read it up before I come back to the Q&A. This one's from Fionn Lee. Now, Fionn is wondering, we have a WordPress WooCommerce website, and if we sign up, do you assist with the transference to your EasyStore?
Right. So yes, we do have this service whereby we call it a migration service, whereby if you want us to actually help you to transfer your products, your domain, and your images from your WordPress, WooCommerce to EasyStore, we will charge a certain type of fees. But of course, if you do not want this service, you can actually do it yourself, whereby we have bulk import functions for products as well as images, right? So images, it shouldn't be a lot, right? But the bulk import products function is actually whereby all you have to do is just export the products from your WooCommerce and then import it in EasyStore itself, right? So you can do it either manually, or you can actually ask us to do it with a code, of course. Yeah.
All right, very cool. Our next question is from SK Ng. Now, SK would like to know, if for individual sellers that do not have SSM, can we have payment gateways in EasyStore?
All right, this is a good question. I believe most of the payment gateway, they would require an SSM from you. So in EasyStore, if you're using bank transfer, we do not actually require our sellers to have SSM because we do not have the function, we don't have the field for you to actually submit the SSM for us, right? But if you wanted to use payment gateway in EasyStore, it is best that you get your own SSM, because most of the payment gateway, they actually require SSM as a proof of your company registration.
All right, fantastic. I think we can answer a couple more questions because I know
Sorry.
we are currently at
I forgot to
12:45,
mention.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay, right. So for SSM, right, I believe you can actually use PayPal. Back to the question, you can actually use PayPal to actually as a payment gateway to use in EasyStore, because PayPal, from what I remember, you do not need any documentation, right? But any other payment gateway, you will need to apply for SSM. Yeah. Sorry, sorry for
It's
interrupting.
okay. Don't worry about it. All right. I was saying that we are actually like at 12:45. It's 12:46 right now, but we can still answer one or two more questions just to answer as many as we can, because you are the last speaker of the day, and I think we should just go for it. So our next one is from David. Now the question is your platform easy enough for normal users to set up, or do we need to have a website developer to help us set it up?
All right, good questions. So yes, we actually built EasyStore easy for you to set up. So meaning that even if you do not have any coding knowledge, like I said, you do not need any IT team. You do not need to hire any other developers to actually help you set up this for you. You can actually do it yourself. It's as simple as just replacing images with your images. That's all you need to do. Yeah. So all you need to do is just put in insert. Just if you have a very basic computer knowledge, then you can actually do it very well in EasyStore. You do not need any developer to actually help you set up your store.
All right, cool. Joanne has another question, and it's about our messenger tools, which you mentioned earlier. Now, Joanne is wondering, is the messenger tool included, or do we have to pay for it?
Right, so like I said, this messenger tool is actually included in features, right? So what we say is that we do not charge any other fees with updated features or any other plugins, right? So it is included in one of our plans. I believe it is included in all of our plans, sorry. So basically, if you subscribe to one of our plans, you are able to use the messenger tools for your customers, for your business, in your website.
All right, we'll do 3 more questions. I think we can do this. All right, this
Sure.
next one is from Chia Yi. Now, Chia Yi would like to know, for stock monitoring purpose, can we sync our transactions in EasyStore to any accounting software? For example, SiteGiant to AutoCount.
Right, so yes, we do have that, but compared to SiteGiant, we still do not have so much of accounting software. We have Intuit QuickBook, and we have Xero, right? So I guess a lot of our merchants has required SQL accounting software for that as well. And we are in the midst of integrating with a lot of accounting software, of course. But since our team is actually quite small, our resource is actually quite limited, and we have our own roadmap to actually do the integration ourselves, right? So so far we only have, yes, for your question, yes, we can actually sync your data to your accounting software, but only to Intuit QuickBook or Xero.
Okay, our next question is, while there is a promo rate of 59 ringgit per month for Malaysia, are there any promotions for Singapore-based subscriptions?
Yes, of course, that is a good question. Right, so the 59 per month is not a promotion. It's actually our original price it's actually the lowest price where you can actually get your own online store, right? So it's 59 per month. It is our lowest plan. And if you like to sign up for a Singapore plan, we actually have a 15% yearly plan, because we have 2 subscriptions. One is money plan, and another one is yearly plan. So if you subscribe to a yearly plan, standard yearly plan, you will get a 50% promotion as well, right? So if you're interested, you can just find us in our support chat, right? And then you mention my name, Eric. Yeah, and then I will, reach out to you and give you the link to sign up.
Okay, we'll do one last question and then we'll wrap things up, because I've got prizes to give away and people are eager to see who has won. So this last one is from Daniel. Daniel would like to know, one of your slides is about campaign management. Is it linked to Google Ads or is it different?
Yes, we do have allowed you to actually link to Google Ads, not only Google Ads, but also Facebook Ads, right? So we actually have this feature whereby under marketing tools, whereby you can actually link your products to Google Merchant Center, right? So the like I said, you will have to have, like Facebook, you will have to have a Facebook page to actually link to an EasyStore, right? And for Google, you have to have an account with the Google Merchant Center to actually link the Google Merchant Center through your EasyStore, right? So what you can do is that in the Google Merchant Center, is that you can actually do the advertising, the paid ads, and link back through your EasyStore. Yeah, so that's how we actually link both platforms, this Google and Facebook platforms, back to EasyStore with ads as well. Yeah.
Okay, now Eric, I'm gonna have to wrap things up right now, but thank you so much for your very comprehensive presentation. Another thing is, how do we get in touch with you? If you could leave your contact details for us, that would be great.
Sure. You can email me by I don't know how to show you, but I hope
Oh,
I
no
just.
problem. You can actually leave your contact details in the chat box, and that way people
I
can
see.
access
Sure.
it that way.
Chat
Yeah,
box.
and you also have several other questions in the Q&A box which we don't have time to answer. So if you could get to that after your presentation, after I say goodbye to you, that would be great as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You have a nice day now.
You too.
All right, bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.